took that shit for granted, now you lost me. And now I'm all up on my mission, and I'm bossing. And I've been taking all these trips, and you not there with me. I kept it fair with you, you wasn't real with me.
First and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer, all right? So I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind. I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Thank you. Love you too. Also, you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer, all right? So at this point in time, chosen ones, you may want to go ahead and hit that volume, all right? You know my voice is raspy, so there's no whispering around here, okay? Also, again, just know that all of you and some of you will be on the same journey in a sense. This is that graduation class, right? So some of you started your journey at the same time. So therefore, you're going to be experiencing similarities, okay? So don't feel like you're the only one that's going through certain things, okay, chosen ones? Now, excuse me in advance because you already know I got to clear that up, all right? As far as my allergies. Now, let's get started. So first, I want to say we're going to talk about what you were just feeling, what you are going to start feeling, and what is getting presented to you, okay? Now, chosen ones, I want you to realize that, again, you're in the middle of your manifestations. So that means that everything that you were asking for during different time periods are coming forward and towards you, all right? So this is that past person from the past that you pled and you was begging for them to get themselves together. You was wondering, you was begging God for them to come through. You wanted to marry these individuals at some point in the time. There's some of you that wanted to have families with them, so on and so forth, right? So I want you to realize that there's certain individuals from the past that's getting presented. Now, before you even say anything against it, hear me out. See, that's just one person that's going to get presented. There's also other individuals based upon what you was calling in, right? So those times where you wasn't really fully focused or fully sure what you wanted. So this is almost like you go into the store and along the way you like, oh, I could use this. Oh, that's cool. I can get this. But you didn't even have as far as a full list when you went in there. So you may have came out with things that a lot of random things that didn't mean anything. You understand? Or you may not have, again, had intentions or a clear idea when you was going in there what you expected. See, I say this because there's certain prayers that you was asking for. But at that time, it was just thoughts. It was just random. Certain things wasn't consistent. Certain things didn't even align with you, but because they got presented, you wanted them. You understand me? So you were getting distracted. Again, you had a list. You had certain things that were aligned with you, whether or not that was characteristics of that partner, whether or not it was how you wanted your friends or family to treat you, so on and so forth. But this is the time, chosen ones, to be real specific on what you want. Now, hear me out again. I say this because there were certain time periods where you were just calling in random things, right? So, okay, you may have said that you wanted love, but you wasn't specific for it. You understand me? You may have said that you wanted somebody to provide for you, but then you neglected the part of somebody that was genuine towards you. So you attracted somebody who had finances, but didn't have feelings for you, didn't have the ability to cater to you, didn't have the abilities to be vulnerable with you, so on and so forth. So then guess what? After you experienced that, then you started to say, well, I want somebody that's genuine, but you wasn't specific again. So then you started to get somebody that was genuine towards you. They had feelings towards you, had certain attention they gave, but they didn't have no ambition. They wasn't able to pave their own way. These are people that would have been financially dependent on you, would have took from you, so on and so forth. So again, you had to go back to the drawing board. Okay, this didn't work out. This didn't work out. So then you had to start realizing that that you could start to stack those things up. So now you say you're not settling for somebody who has either or. You want somebody who has everything that you're asking for. So you're not going to settle anymore. So now you want love. Now you want somebody who is going to be genuine with you, somebody who's going to pour into you, somebody who has dreams and admirations that they pursuing as well. There's somebody that believe in themselves, so they're going to believe in you. Certain people that have the ability to be vulnerable, so therefore you're never guessing with them. You know where you stand with them, right? So you're starting to add to your list of the things that you want. So guess what? You started to manifest a higher divine love. But you still have people from that time period, from the beginning up until now, that are about to present themselves, because these are things that you asked for. So now God's going to give them to you. And now you get to choose what is best for you. So you have past partners that's going to get presented. And these are people that when you were aligned with them, they had certain things that they had to work on too. So they had to learn their lesson. You had to learn your lesson. And a lot of y'all's lessons was believing in you. A lot of y'all's lessons was stop extending yourself to certain people that was stepping on you. You had to learn your value, because you were the main person that was crying to God, talking about people ain't treating you right. But then you're sitting there voluntarily being around people who ain't treating you right. When you ain't have to be around those people, you can get away because you're not restricted anymore. You understand? So again, you had to make sure, chosen ones, that you're real specific on the things that you want, but also realize how you're contributing to your misery too. Because if that person already showed you that they're not going to be loyal to you, why would you even run the risk of being connected with them again? Some of those feelings that you feeling is not feelings. This is almost illusions. These are people that are deliberately putting certain illusions on you. Some of them are doing magic on you. Some of you are caught up in love spells, feeling like that person's your person, when really the people that they connected to, sleeping with, are putting spells on that individual. So it's starting to come off on you. So now you stressed and you pressed about that person, and that person ain't even your person. You understand me? So God is going to make sure that you see certain things clearly. That's why certain things is getting presented. Your feelings may have been hurt initially, but now you're starting to realize, like, nah, you don't really blend in with those things. The things that you was asking for or pleading for, the people that you was chasing, when God has been steadily trying to get your attention elsewhere because he already sent a replacement, but you've been focused on building up something that has served, it's unbuildable anymore. You understand? There's some of you that, again, you're so used to having to have fixer-uppers in a sense. So you're so used to not having anything that you sat there and subconsciously made that almost like that agreement that you're going to settle for things that are not already prepared. So you're no longer going to be settling for fixer-upper, chosen ones. And these are the people that you got to tell them what to do. And I ain't talking about that bossy tip. I'm talking about you always have to pause what you're doing for you to instruct these individuals. You got to tell them when people around them ain't right. You got to tell them things that they should be doing in their life. You got to tell them when they wrong and they still feeling like they right. You got to steady build. I'll say you got to steady build up a wall against those demons that they had. Nah. You're no longer taking on other people's shit. You're no longer getting involved in other people's nonsense. So therefore, chosen ones, certain things is getting freed and released from you. And your feelings may be hurt. You may be crying, but you're not realizing what that means for you, right? You thinking that something's getting taken away, and God's like, nah, this shit's a done. This shit is a wrap. This is the reason why you got certain blockages now, because of this person. Some of these people that came back, they karma for playing you in the past, or their finances are going to start to dwindle. Certain karma was going to start coming in. And now these individuals felt like they went through certain lessons, but they still got karma and consequences. So now they coming to you, and now your finances was starting to slow down or get a little funny too, because this person, regardless if they learned certain lessons, they still got karma based upon what they did for you. So you're not going to share what they did with them. You understand me? Because you wasn't out there doing that shit. So chosen ones, there's some people from the past going to present. You may try to give them another opportunity. It's going to be short-lived. It's going to be a short little flame. It's okay. You had it because I'm telling you, before they walked away from you, before they acted a certain type of way from you, so you was steady chasing because you didn't have no closure. You was like, nah, what is it? What is it? That was because you had certain insecurity. I understand. And some of you, you're inquisitive, so you like to know exactly what happened. Like, what the fuck? But guess what? Some of them doors was closed. Some of these people was spotted, kicked the fuck out of your energy because God God was like, nah, they ain't mean no good to you, right? But again, there's certain people that got reconnected. You felt like you seen potential in them, like, dang, this could be, or they could have potential to be the best that they could be, but they ain't see it because they didn't know who they were, right? Okay, they chose karmics. Okay, that's cool. Now they trying to represent themselves with you, but you going to end up seeing that you better than this individual. See, this person is still going to be inconsistent, but they're almost going to try to compromise with you. They're going to still have certain player ass ways. They still going to be nasty. They still going to be selfish minded, but they'll sit there and be willing to give a little bit more than what they did before, or before they ran from you, before they left you or abandoned you so that you thought. And now they're going to still want to stick around you, even though that they got all this karmic shit going on. Absolutely not. So now you're going to be the one who like, nah, I'm cool on that. It ain't no, now you're going to, whereas you could have been just last week begging and pleading to this person, whether or not you were, or whether or not you felt like that you was broke down. Listen, we done all been there. But then all of a sudden you're going to check yourself. You're going to start feeling yourself. When I tell you this is your spring season for real, all of those seeds that you were just planting, all of those tears that you just cried, just had that seed start to get activated. Now you got so much abundance that's coming in. Those past people are getting booted out your life because you got true divine feminines and masculines presenting themselves now. These are people who are going to be who you need them to be, who they should be. They're going to know who they are. See, prior to meeting you, they went through the little dark parts of their life. They didn't sat there and experienced certain shit, and they sat there and worked through it like you worked through it. So now y'all coming out at the same time. So these are individuals that started their journey like you. They went through certain areas of their life where they was used, abused, was chasing individuals, was stuck, so on and so forth, could have been caught up in the energy or less, all of that, right? At various seasons. But they started and they stuck through it like you. They was a god or a goddess in training, right? And when I say god or goddess, I ain't talking about you ain't the god, all right? At all. You a god. God put a piece of you inside, so therefore don't get it twisted. I like to make sure that we clear on that, right? But a god or a goddess, that is God's pop-up generator in a sense. He gave you the ability to do what he do and what he does, outside of his physical presence. So therefore, when people need certain light, they have the ability to plug in. You have certain tools inside you that provide assistance, right? So therefore, again, chosen ones, I want to say this. You sat there and was a god or goddess in training. You sat there and stuck by it. You had to remember who you are. That's why you got stuck by yourself. See, I've been having to tell a few of you this, right? You sat there and had to. Your biggest lesson of your journey was to believe in you. Remember who you are. Stop extending yourself to dark individuals. Why? Because this is something that happened way before you were who you were right now, chosen ones. This is lifetimes and lifetimes ago. You hear me? Where a divine one then got finessed by the devil to provide certain light and information to them that was not going to be beneficial for the as far as the world. It was going to go against them. But divine energies have been in the back. So you know those little shows where they show somebody running on a hamster wheel and they're plugged up, and that's how their energy as provided energy to certain things. That's what happens for divine chosen ones. There's certain dark energies that will get around you, make you forget who you are, so have you doubt you, make you feel like your whole only position is to be there and assist them, get plugged into so that they energetically draining you. You speaking life into them, so therefore they feel like they shitting on you. You sitting there boosting them up instead of doing it for you, so therefore you get drained. They use you and they go off to seem like they doing great things until you finally pull that plug. And then all of a sudden when you pull that plug, everybody that they was connected to, that was benefiting off of your energy too, everything starts crashing down. So that lover, that sister, that brother, that whatever the case may be, all of that shit gets snatched from them because you've repossessed your energy. You understand me? You repossessed it. It's no more, you're no longer going to be paying for other people. This is almost like certain people having shit in your name. You ain't even there. They running up certain bills and they ain't not even trying to pay. Absolutely not. And you out here being nice, working real hard to sit there and stack up some bread to make sure that they still got certain lights. Absolutely not. No longer doing that. You are going to see that you're going to save a lot of bread. You're going to receive a lot of abundance when you stop giving to certain people, when you stop giving them attention, when you stop giving them recognition, when you stop giving them finances. God said, oh nah. He's cutting certain sources off for them. So if you're giving to certain people that got karma and consequences coming in, God's going to make sure that your shit gets stopped because you're no longer going to be providing a source or providing certain abundance to them. So now you starting to realize, like, you know what? Matter of fact, Fuck all that. The thing, you could have been bleeding yesterday. You could have been sleeping with him yesterday. But I'm telling you, today your energy's going to shift. You're not going to feel the same that you was just feeling. You're going to look at him like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. If you out here chasing somebody right now, chosen ones, and you in great health, right? You gotta think, chosen ones, the older that you get, are you still gonna want to be chasing that same shit? That motherfucker is not gonna change. The body didn't change, but the mind stayed the same. They still gonna feel like they a player, and they old as shit. And when I'm talking about old, I ain't talking about age, chosen ones. I'm talking about within that old ass mentality. Cause you could be 99 and still feel like you in your prime. You heard me. So we ain't talking about that. We talking about that old ass mentality that they have, them old ass ways. Have you ever seen somebody who is like 66, but they still feel like they a YN? They out here dressed like a little young bull, looking stupid. You understand? Like he a whole nah, that's the type of energy that they on. As far as certain grandmothers that sitting there, I'm telling you, energetically, that's where they at. So you starting to look at it with your future like, fuck no, I ain't dealing with that little dirt. One chosen ones, you're not going back to the past because that you will never have no happiness with that. That's almost like trusting O.J. Simpson in the kitchen. I don't give a fuck if that glove didn't fit. I don't care if them charges were equipped, whatever the case may be, but I'm not going to stand around that motherfucker in the kitchen cutting up vegetables and shit. I ain't going to trust that motherfucker with a knife. So you got to think about your ex too. This is almost like these people who showed you that they cheated on you, showed you that they have no composure, showed you that they have no ability to control certain lustful actions, that if the demons want to have access to them, they're going to allow them to. People that are so quick to switch on you, showed you that they can't protect you, showed you they had no loyalty in you, sit there and showed you how they were. So if they didn't showed you that, why the fuck would you go back into that knowing that they have the ability to do that again? Because when shit got rough, that's where they go to. You understand? So you're not doing that because you wouldn't be happy. You'll be paranoid. They go to the store. You paranoid who they around. All of a sudden they threw their phone. They looking at their phone smiling. Now you thinking they texting somebody else. Now all of a sudden, nah, you're not doing that paranoid shit. That's why somebody else is about to get presented. Somebody that's about to be given to you. Allow that person to be them, do what they do, but they no longer will have access to you. God got something better coming. And when I tell you, you're going to realize, and when you always used to hear that where people say, oh, God is blocking this because he got something better. But at that time, you don't want to hear that shit because you upset about the thing that's getting snatched from you or the thing that was ego. When you let go of control, like, matter of fact, you knew what you was talking about. You knew what you was talking about because you got somebody better that's coming in. You got somebody that aligns with you. Personality, you guys really match with each other. You understand? You done sat there and seen certain couples where you like, damn, they really look in love. They happy. He catering to her. She catering to him. Vice versa. Whatever the case may be. You really looking at that. And some of you really don't feel like you can have that. I'm talking about the genuine shit, not the for show, right? Some of you don't feel like you can have it. That's not true. When I tell you that as soon as you sit there and get the opportunity to choose what you want to do, and you choose to walk away from that old shit that hurt you, because God's going to make sure that they show you a preview of who they really are. So even though they may act or present like they got their shit together, God's going to make a situation happen and see how they was going to respond. And when you see that that person is still up to the same old shit, you're going to be like, nah. And now this new person comes in and they going to love you and honor you, and you're going to realize that you've been connected to them the whole time. See, I'm trying to tell you, some of you been connected to certain karmics that have been presenting themselves like your divine partner the whole time. You about to see exactly why things played out the way that it did. See, that person who crossed you accumulated certain karma and consequences for them. So therefore, now their asses is going to sit down while you elevated. See, why you're wondering why all the past people's getting presented right now too? Yes, because God said all of your manifestations now, all the blocks have been listed. You did what you were supposed to do. All the checks been listed. You healed yourself. You felt broken down. You had to sit there and take accountability for yourselves and shit that you was doing as well. You had to see the truth about certain individuals around you. You had to isolate you. You had seasons while you was by yourself where you wasn't pouring into you. There was seasons that you was stressing, seasons that you was depressed, seasons that you ain't catered to you and the house and yourself was looking a mess. There's certain shit that you was experiencing, but you was putting that work in. You was doing your studies. You was paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that God was showing. So therefore, now all of those blocks and barriers have been lifted. And now guess what? Everything that you asked for is now getting presented. Those things that you thought that God didn't hear. So this is almost like when you was a child and you asked for a certain Christmas gift and you ain't think that nobody heard it, nobody even acknowledged it, and then you look under the tree and you see that thing. See, that's what God does. See, the whole time you was out there with your face cracked up. See, I'm gonna give you an example, chosen ones. This is almost like there was times where you wanted certain things. Now, this is equivalent to you asking your parent for certain things, like asking your mom, your father, whoever the case may be, big mama, whoever raised you, right? So you sat there and you asked for certain things, and at that time they say they ain't have it. So you asked for McDonald's, or you asked for these shoes, or you asked for this shirt, or you asked to go do this with your friends, whatever the case may be. But at that time they say not right now. They ain't have it, right? Nah. Not right now. That's not. So you started to get upset. You like, damn, they ain't everything that I'm asking for. They out talking about they ain't got it. So you asked for them new shoes, but at that time they didn't provide it for you. So you was feeling a certain type of way. So you like, all right, if I can't get the new shoes, can I get the new shirt? And they still said no. So you was feeling a certain type of way. So now that you was mad because you couldn't get the things that you wanted materialistically, then you like, all right, cool. I'll settle for being around my friends then. So now you go around your people, right? So you upset because you ain't got the new shoes, the new clothes. You couldn't get the things that you wanted materialistically. So you like, all right, I'm going to settle for the things that I could be around physically. So all of a sudden you get around certain people and you enjoying yourself, and your parent tells you, all right, come on, it's time to go. So now you upset because you like, damn, you say I can't have this. You said I couldn't have that. I had to settle for this. So now I'm around certain people that I'm feeling a certain type of way with, and you telling me I got to leave again. So there's some of you that was upset. You was out there pouting in a sense to God, talking about, dang, material things you had to wait for. Okay, this you had to wait for. So when it came to you finally finding somebody that you felt that you loved, or you was enjoying yourself, you felt a certain type of way when God told you that you couldn't stay, that you had to come up on and leave, right? So you was upset because you had to isolate yourself. So you felt like God was taking away everything. These are the moments where you felt like the world was against you, right? See, when I say this, chosen ones, all of a sudden you in the back of the car, you frowning, you pouting, your parents in the front. See, you mad because you riding, and you mad because you couldn't stay with your friends, right? So now you looking down, you huffing and puffing again. You not even paying attention to your surroundings, and all of a sudden the car stopped, right? See, before the car even stopped, you was driving, and your parent tried to talk to you. Hey, you all right? You ain't want to respond to them. Yeah, whatever. You understand? You was upset. All of a sudden the car stopped. You taking a hot breath, right? You still salty. All of a sudden you look up, chosen ones, and where you at? The place that you always wanted to be. See, you said you wanted to go. Say this was a party place. Say this was a place that you, whatever, think about a place that you always said you wanted to go. So again, no thought is too big. This is what you're supposed to do. You got to see yourself there in order for you to see it through. So this is like, okay, you want to go to Hawaii. You want to go to Bora Bora, whatever the case may be, right? Okay, so all of a sudden you look up and you realize that you there. So now you confused, like, why the fuck we sitting here? And you just assume that you're not sitting there for you. You upset. You still mad about the shit that you just left. And the whole time now you look up and your parents is smiling, looking at you. Why you understand? And I say this, chosen ones, because there's some of you that was salty because God told you had to leave certain situations earlier than what you wanted, right? You felt like you were still having a good time. You still felt like the party was live. You was enjoying yourself. You was upset because certain things that you didn't get, so you felt like the least that God could do was allow you to be with them, right? See, the whole time you ain't foresee what was going to go down. See, certain shit was going to happen. Had you stayed there, yes, it was fun and games when you was there, but when time progressed, certain things was going to get tragic. See, there's certain people that was going to leave. There's certain people that was going to pass. There's certain people that was going to get chaotic, so God got you up out of there, right? See, at that time, you ain't see it because they was still smiling, but you'll notice it later. This is almost like looking at the news and seeing a news clip clip about a place that you just went from or left from and the people that you once knew, right? So you'll see in due time how that karma plays out for them and why God got your ass up out of there. Some of y'all dodged serious diseases. Some of y'all dodged death. Some of y'all dodged a lot of chaotic spells and craziness, right? So you'll see in due time what you dodged as well, but you kept going, right? See, when you looked up and you seen that you was at the place that you wanted to be, you just assumed it wasn't for you until you seen God looking at you, smiling at you. See, these are small signs that you're going to see. That job calling back, that car that you got approved for, that person you understand certain things, you getting recognition for things that people act like or you thought they didn't even see. So all of a sudden you're going to see that's God's smile in a sense. That person acknowledging you and saying, complimenting you. That's God's smile, right? So just look at the good in the world. Certain things, I'm telling you, God is showing you signs like, hey, yo, you see where we going? Oh, you ain't picking up yet? Oh, all right. He's giving you hints, okay? Now, you look up, you were salty. Now you see that you here, God's looking at you and you like, whoa, this for me? And he like, yeah. See, when you get there, chosen ones, not only that, you're going to sit there and see, chosen ones, exactly. I'll say this. When you get there, the certain people are going to be presented, right? See, these are your divine partners. This is your soul tribe. These are people that, again, you ain't even know that this was all planned out. So you're about to see that, one, you're about to go relocate. A lot of you are about to go to new places, whether or not this is a quick trip that turns into something serious, that you go there and then you plant that seed and now all of a sudden things start to bloom and you got to move instantly. There's certain job positions that you're going to go 0 to 100 real quick. There's some of you chosen ones where, again, you're going to cross paths with somebody and then all of a sudden you're going to realize that this is your divine person. Everybody from the past don't matter. You're not even going to remember them. Again, your ass could have been doing the nasty yesterday with their asses, but today there's certain things moving differently. You're just going to instantly not want these people anymore. You're instantly going to realize that what God's moving towards and you're going to see that light, right? So I'm telling you, when you get to where God's taking you, not only that, you're going to realize that he was paying attention to everything that you was asking for. So those shoes that you couldn't get, that's equivalent to you saying that job position. You're not even realizing that God took notes of that. He didn't give you at that time because he already knew where you was about to be going to. He was like, nah, why would I give you your fresh shit around those people that was nasty, dirty, disgusting? Why would I give you your money in front of people who was out there hurting? Why would I give you bread to people that was going to set you up or try to take from you in a sense, right? So God's was like, nah. I had everything here. I knew that the celebration, I knew that's why I removed you from those people. I took you so that when you get here, you get the things that are here for you. So y'all got abundance coming. Y'all got love coming. Y'all got recognition coming. Y'all about to get, I'm telling you, go from feeling like nobody knows you to everybody know you. In a good, positive way. I ain't talking about, for fame. I'm talking about divine tribes. I'm talking about there's a swift of energy. I told you that certain things was going to happen. God was going to get the evil up out of there so the chosen ones can be in their position. So I told you, Hollywood, that's why Cali and all that. Certain places pay attention that's starting to fall apart. It's because the divine people's about to come in. So how they were being a bad example, spreading disgusting ass, dark ass light to certain people. Now you're going to be, again, placed on that pedestal and you're going to be pouring love, recognition, healing, all of that positivity into other individuals. So there's a lot of you, I'm telling you, you about to get recognition. I'm talking about a lot of attention in a positive way. Now, again, ain't no pressure. All you got to do is be you and that's it, right? Now, again, there's going to be certain lustful energy that's going to try to sabotage you. Don't even give into it. So, again, you broke your celibacy yesterday. Today's a new day. You 1 day in. Get out of here. Stop paying attention to time. That's not the same way for weights. Don't be paying attention to numbers. Your ass said from that point in time, you ain't going to do nothing else with them. You celibate until you not again. Until you align with your divine person. And now this next person is going to be worth it. All right. So just it's okay. Okay. Now, again, chosen ones, pay attention because God is showing you signs and synchronicities. Y'all have love. I'm telling you, springtime is real heavy for love. I'm talking about you are going to all of a sudden let go of the past, even thinking or trying to even think or view. I'm telling you, you got certain love coming in and you're going to realize that you've been connecting with this person the whole time and that other person was fraudulent. You hear me? You're going to see that this person is the person that you've been dreaming of because a lot of y'all ain't been seeing faces in your dreams. You see their silhouette. So you assume that that silhouette is the person that you know when the whole time it was somebody else, right? So you're about to see the people that you've been quote unquote seeing in your dreams about to get presented. But let me say this real quick, chosen ones. I got to stop 222 as I say this, right? So perfect timing. For those, this is personal, so I'm going to say this right now. Chosen ones. There is a fucking weirdo that for some reason, I never met this motherfucker. I never talked to this person. I don't know them. But in their head, they think that I'm their lover. They think we in a relationship. They keep creating all these fake ass profiles. Talking about how I'm their love and all this weird ass shit. I say this, be cautious, because there's certain fucking people, there's wild ass energy out here. You don't realize that some people really ain't wrapped too fucking tight, right? And when I say this, because again, they're obsessive, they're possessive. There's certain people that's doing magic and spells on you. Absolutely. And I ain't even going to say his name because he's a fucking weirdo. When I say I never met like I state to myself, I never talked to this person, never met them, none of that. But they create millions of fake pages like saying we're together and acting like other people, sending messages about that. I don't fucking know that weird ass Nick. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to calm down. Okay. But fuck out of here. I say this because there's certain people, chosen ones, that put certain spells or doing certain spell work on you that you don't even know. There's certain spiritual attacks that you was sitting there feeling, chosen ones. You heard me? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. God, definitely. You heard me. Fuck out of here. But I'm not, as far as fear, none of that. None of that, because that motherfucker's about to get up out of here energetically and all that, because they crazy. But I know God gets, you know what I'm saying? God got it. But as far as being mindful, because there's people that are obsessed over you that you don't know. There's females that are obsessed with females, masculines obsessed with masculines, vice versa, all of that. You got certain people that are really putting spells out there on you. You was feeling not yourself because of these individuals called judgment. All you gotta do is call judgment. When I tell you God got it, God got it. But you got true divine people coming in. So you have to be mindful, chosen ones, that although you are humble, although you may not feel like your light is so bright, there's certain people that's obsessed with you. There's certain people that try to do destiny swaps with you. There's certain people that you was extending yourself to, assisting these individuals that really wanted to become you. These were people that were trying to siphon your energy as well. So you're going to have to be mindful of who you're around. These are not just random fucking weirdos out here like that, but there's also people that you've been around, false ass friends, family members, where you sit there and feel like you cool with them, but the whole time they was trying to become you. They was trying to take certain energy from you. You're going to have to be mindful, okay? So be mindful of your energy, but you about to see things crystal clear. You're about to get up out of there. You about to be traveling a lot. You about to be aligned with your true divine people, and you got positions that's coming in. Finances is about to get real, real good, okay? So you're about to start. When I say that God is having all the paths come back as well, because now they're going to be looking at you when you excel. He's going to have them witness. So yes, you're getting all your past manifestations in, because what you asked for is now getting presented. The things that you haven't even thought about years and years ago are going to get presented because you asked for those things, right? Whether or not you accept them, that's your business. You're going to be like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Nah, I don't want it no more. No, thank you. But there's some of you chosen ones, God's having certain people come, and now they thinking about you. Now they realizing what they going through is based upon what they did or didn't do towards you. And now God's just having it so that you're at the center of attention. All of a sudden the spotlight's on you. And now they're going to realize that had they followed through, protected you like they were supposed to, show loyalty towards you like they were supposed to, did right when they were supposed to, had they did that, those things, they would have been experiencing what you were about to be experiencing. See, a lot of people try to stop you and block you because they knew that they couldn't come with you. People already was looking into your future, trying to do readings and all this other shit, trying to see what you got going on, trying to keep you limited. They sat there and tried to become the person that God seen that you was going to be with. They tried to become them to try to become a distraction, almost like that siren energy. So you, the whole time they was getting readings on you, hearing about the type of person you was going to be attracting towards you, and they tried to become that. They tried to show that so that you thought that that was them. Whole time, nah, it wasn't. And you about to see that shit. So congratulations. You about to get Everything that you asked for, chosen ones, from the right people, from the right person. This person going to love on you from the beginning. This person going to protect you from the beginning. This person ain't going to play about you from the beginning. They're not going to put you in those so-so positions because they know who you are when they meet you. This is somebody that you ain't got to sell yourself in a sense like, oh, I'm nice, I'm loving, I'm this. Nah, they going to know that about you before they even get introduced in a sense. They're going to, pay attention to you, or they're going to notice you before they get to know you. These are people that have been intrigued. See, unlike them weird ass energies that's been stalking and coming up with certain fucking stories in their head, this person has been watching you and learning your love language. Okay, shorty like flowers. That's something. I love flowers too, so I'll be more than happy to give her flowers. Okay, she like nature. Okay, this. Well, you want to say whatever you like. Oh, she like music. Okay, this. They're going to see certain things, but they're not going to have to try to become those things because they're things that they like too. They're like, oh, okay, she like this as well, or he like this as well. Well, they're more than happy to provide those things for you. So you got real love coming. I'm talking about that. Oh my goodness, like y'all all up in each other's face, real. You know, it's real love. It's real love. So congratulations. Your finances is coming up. Just let go of the past and you're going to see how God doubles them up, right? Because I'm telling you, a lot of your stuff is getting blocked because you paying for other people's karma and consequences. Absolutely not. Why the fuck would you pay for the shit that they did? So disconnect, new love coming in. Finances coming in, everything's aligning. Thank you so much. 444 divine alignment. So chosen ones, I love you so much. I will say this. If you book, so for the firm, I'll say this. I'm going to open up a few more spots for you for either this weekend. So it's first come, first serve. So I'm going to only provide about 4 slots for this. See, chosen ones, I told y'all that my schedule was about to change. I told you I had certain things that I was going to do. All right. Between as far as working, besides as far as classes, besides courses that I'm teaching, besides shows that I'm doing coaches. It's a lot, chosen ones. All right. So I told y'all that certain time was not going to be as available. All right. But you know that if you need me, I'll be more than happy to make certain things work. Okay. But it's only going to be as far as certain times. Okay. So I will make certain slots available for this weekend. Just check as far as my booking site and you'll see them. And I got you. Okay. But it is first come, first serve, chosen ones. And I'll make sure that I do provide some openings later on, this coming up week, later on in the evening as well, okay? So I love you. You got this. If you need me, you know how to reach me. But chosen ones, this your season. You heard me. Go outside. Go be seen. Go. You ain't got to even go all crazy with it. Go let that sun hit you. Your schedule's been changing. You've been starting to do certain things that you typically stop doing. Now you communicating with people more. Now you going out and speaking. People are inviting you over, even if it's the neighbors or and so forth on the weekend. You just having fun, chosen ones. You're interacting with people. People are seeing your light. And that's a good thing. So don't be paranoid where you try to hide yourself from people again. Don't do that, okay? This is a time where your light's going to shine. People are going to see that. And that's a good thing. Because before it was the demons that try to put it out, but now it's the people that's trying to extend it. People that are sitting there saying compliments about your energy, your aura, your essence. You understand? So don't sit there and allow the demons to try to have you hide. You know, this your time to be seen, baby, okay? Congratulations. If you need me, you know how to reach me. Be great.